Hi everyone. Isn't it fun to create and to make things for children adds another dimension? Let's talk to Mum now about some of the things she's made. So you make things and you know that you love to make things that are useful, and isn't it a gift to have small children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, and to make nice things?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, since I've got the two little boys to sew for, but I think the first one's getting more than the second because I'm not quite so
Nimble.
now.
Oh, they're still all using them. I'm going to show some of your work next.
And that was birthdays and Christmas presents.
Birthdays and Christmases. And what is your plan? Can we tell the secret of what your plan next thing you're going to make is?
Reading pillows.
Yeah. And what are they exactly?
A cushion with pockets with a book in, and
so that you can
that.
lay
and
down
a
and
handle on it.
lay down. Oh yeah, so it's got a handle and a cushion and a big pocket at the front that you can pop a book in. One each. Sounds excellent.
It's easy.
Okay, well now I'm visiting my grandchildren and I'm just going to show you some of the wonderful things that she has made. Look at this. These are little activity kind of blocks made from cloth. And you can see, and some of them have nice paper in them, you know, the paper that crinkles. Some have got bells. Some have got things hanging off. Things to touch, things to play with. Now, as you can hear in the background, my grandson is wanting to show us these. These are actually made by myself and my daughter. You can all get into the action. Now let's have a look at this art case. So you undo that, then what happens? Can you show me the inside?
Oh, of course, yeah.
And you have your crayons there.
And here, this one.
And the book slides in like that. So then what? You go like this and like that, and you've got handles. Oops.
I can't draw. I can't draw.
Well, you draw something then and show how it's done.
I'll show you how to draw a firing.
Okay. And here's some other things that Mum has made. Look at this charming little bag. Mum gets a lot of her ideas from Pinterest or online. You can get a whole bunch of different things. Ideas. But look at this one. This one is a bag, and the bag, this is a store-bought bag, and it has appliques on it. And we're going to cover applique a little bit later. But look at that. It's just an ordinary store-bought bag. She's put in a pocket on both sides that you can store your good little treasures in. And because he's very interested in trucks, yeah. But it looks great. Here is an activity book. This one's been through 2 children now, so it's getting a little ratty, but it has those ears that make that lovely crinkly noise. It has little bits hanging off, as you can see. It's great, I know, that's yours, I'm sorry.
Now I'm playing with your toys.
The birdie. And I like this one here with the bear, because he goes peekaboo. Yeah, and this one here's the little wormy. That's nice. Oh, yes. What's this? Yeah, it's like turtle. So there's things to pull and things to poke. Yeah, nice, isn't it?
And
Yeah.
the doggy.
And the doggy, yeah. Oh, what's that one?
Elephant.
Elephant.
The end.
Oh, yeah.
And the bear.
And so that's really good, isn't it? Yeah, boo. So books, bags, nice soft toys. This little dragon is lovely. He's quite floppy. You can sit over the back of the couch or over your shoulder. Now look at this. This is an activity kind of book for when they were older. And this one has things in it that are much harder to do, like threading this little mouse through the cheese, or learning your numbers. Now look at this guy. He is a hungry monster who likes to eat fruit. So she's added in some little bits of fruit there. And all those bits there are bits that you can still, are tactile, you know, you can still pull them off. That little zip in the felt. And look at the detail in those strawberries. So the whole thing can be out flat, or it can be laced up like you just saw then and used as a book. And she put a lot of work into this, I think. We're just looking at all the pages here, and then we'll have a closer look at some. I love this little piggy. She's written oink. A couple of birds. They're just buttons. You can buy novelty buttons up on the roof, up near the sky. And here we have, oh, we didn't show him. We'll show him in a minute. That's just showing you the book. Okay, here he is, Foxy. And he can go in here. And he can go to sleep. And now these are numbers. Number 4 has 4 little buttons of cars, 3 beads, 2 horses, 1 bird. Isn't that a lovely idea? All right, look at this mouse. Look at the detail on that. These are felt. Felt is quite easy to sew through. And you can thread him in amongst the cheese there. He's on a string. But all these things that we're looking at, you know, they all have, well, most of them have applique or blanket stitch. Very, very handy if you're wanting to make these fun shapes and things. It's as simple as adding something to a pocket, putting a little bird on a hat, or, you know, like this store-bought shopping bag. Kids love a bag and popping things in it. So applique is very handy. Let me just show you the basics now. Right. Well, I have these little samples. You know, that's a good way to get a whole bunch of little colours. You quite often find these little oddments in a material shop. Look at the great colours. So I'm just going to use these 3 little snippets of colours and some of this. I call it visor fix, but it's what's it called? Webbing, all kinds of things. But it's used for applique. Right now, I'm just going to draw a simple pattern, and this is how simple it can be. 2 semicircles, and maybe a triangle, or, you know, might get a bit fancy and do a double triangle beak. And there we go, there's a bird. Now what I'm saying here is with these 3 pieces, that beak would go underneath the body part, whereas the wing would go on top. And that's something to remember when you're doing applique, as to which bit goes down first. So I'm going to cut those pieces out. And can you see here, I can see through that paper. So I'm going to cut out an extra of that wing shape and also of the beak. I'm drawing a dotted line where I think it's going to be lined up with the body. And then I'm making sure I put in a little tab that'll go underneath, a little bit extra. See, like that. Right, well, we'll cut these bits out. Looking cute already. And then we're going to look at using that webbing and coating the back of our fabric. So what I'm doing here is I'm cutting a piece of that webbing that is going to be less than the width of that little piece that I need there of the fabric. But it's going to be big enough that it'll cover my piece, my pattern piece, as you can see. So what we do is we put it web side down, paper side up on the back of the fabric. See? We'll iron that on and then we'll cut our piece out. Using bright, bold colours is wonderful for children. They love a bright colour. Here I'm doing a purple one as well. Now, so I've got a little bit of this sticky backed fabric left here. I'm just going to cut out a beak shape from that with my scissors. There we go. And then later, when we want to attach these to something, we peel off that paper backing and then put the glue side down on the background, and we're right to iron. But the glued fabric, you know, ironing it on, that really does help keep it in place. But, you know, not necessary. If you don't have it, just use a glue stick or something, or a pin, or tack it down. But here I've grabbed a background fabric and I'm just having a look. See, remember I said that one goes under a little bit? Yes. And this bit would go on top. So I've ironed those now. And then you would get some thread. I'm using stranded thread. Only just 2 strands I'll use. And do a blanket stitch. Now, if you haven't ever done a blanket stitch, look it up. I'll try and show you here, but you may not pick it up. So you start outside of the area, right on the edge that you're going to be doing. You see, I'm going to do that purple bit. And then I'm going a little bit to the right underneath that one and come up in line with the edge of that purple shape. And then I'll repeat. Can you see my thumb here is holding that piece of thread out of the way, so that when I come up, I'm coming up inside a loop. And that loop, when it's pulled tight, will do a nice straight edge along that purple. This holds it down really well and creates a neat edge. And I think it's something that people should put in their repertoire. Very, very handy, not just for children, but very useful. Now, something to remember is when you're going through a few different thicknesses of fabric, like I am here, you can see how we're doing that lovely straight edge. But I am having a little bit of trouble with my needle going through, and so I would think we have to use a thinner needle. That would make it easier. I'm choosing colors now to go with it. You can use contrasting. That would have shown up a whole lot better. But you get the idea, and you can look it up in my other videos. So there's plenty of opportunity for sewing for children and a lot of fun things to make. It really does open your world up to a whole extra lot of things that you can sew. So I hope you've enjoyed this and seeing what Mum has created. And she's not going to appear in all my videos, but she's making a comeback. All right, I am very grateful that you've been interested in seeing Mum's creations and letting her show off a little bit. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.